Imagine being waist-deep in the jaws of Africa's most dangerous animal. Paul Templar wasn't just imagining it, he was living it. While leading a canoe safari on the mighty Zambezi River, one fateful moment with a territorial hippo turned his world into a terrifying fight for survival. With his legs trapped in the massive beast's throat and his life hanging by a thread, what he did next will shock you. This is a story of courage, resilience, and the wildest encounter with nature you've ever heard. Stay tuned as we dive deep into the jaws of danger. Welcome to Savage Tales Animal Encounters. This is where the wild gets real, where we bring you jaw-dropping stories straight from the heart of the animal kingdom. Whether it's the raw power of the lion, the stealth of the jaguar, the cunning of the wolf, or the sheer survival instinct of the tiny meerkat, we've got it all right here. Each episode is packed with real-life animal encounters, thrilling moments of life and death, and fascinating insights into the behavior of some of the planet's most incredible creatures. From the depths of the ocean to the highest mountain peaks, we travel across the globe to bring you stories of survival, dominance, and sometimes heart-stopping tragedy. These are not your typical nature stories. No, these are savage, unfiltered, and truly wild tales that showcase the untamed side of nature. On this channel, we don't just show you the cute and cuddly side of animals. We dive deep into the untamed wilderness, where only the fittest survive, and every day is a fight for survival. So whether you're fascinated by the king of the jungle, the mysteries of the deep, or the fiercest hunters of the Arctic, there's something here for every wildlife enthusiast. But wait, before you dive into this wild adventure with us, make sure to take a second to show your support. If you love heart-pounding, adrenaline-pumping animal action as much as we do, hit that like button. It helps us reach more nature lovers just like you. Drop a comment down below to let us know what your favorite animal is, or share your wildest animal encounter stories. We love hearing from you. Don't forget to subscribe to Savage Tales Animal Encounters if you haven't already. Trust me, you don't want to miss what we've got coming up. From deadly predators to unlikely animal heroes, we've got so many incredible stories on the way. And hitting that subscribe button ensures you won't miss a single second of it. Oh, and while you're at it, go ahead and ring that notification bell so you'll be the first to know when we upload a new episode. That way, you'll always be in the loop for our latest wild adventures. Also, share this video with your friends and family who love the wild side of nature as much as you do. The more, the merrier, because together, we're building a community of wildlife warriors. Thanks for being part of the Savage Tales tribe. Stick around, enjoy the show, and let's dive into today's wild encounter. Savage Tales Animal Encounters, where the wild gets real. Paul Templar was born with a natural love for adventure, a spirit that led him far beyond the borders of his homeland. Originally from Zimbabwe, Templar grew up surrounded by the vast beauty and untamed wilderness of southern Africa. From a young age, he developed a deep passion for nature and wildlife, which would ultimately shape the course of his life in extraordinary ways. As a boy, Templar spent much of his time exploring the great outdoors, fascinated by the rich diversity of animals that called the African bush their home. Whether it was marveling at the majestic elephants in the distance, or watching herds of zebra graze in the savannah, young Paul had an innate curiosity about the animal kingdom. His connection to the land and its creatures deepened with each passing year, setting the stage for what would become his life's work. As Templar grew older, his desire for adventure and exploration took him around the world. He became a global traveler, seeking to experience life in all its forms. Eventually, however, the call of home, of Africa, became too strong to ignore. With his heart still tied to Zimbabwe, he returned to the place where he felt most alive, the Zambezi River. The Zambezi, with its winding waters cutting through some of the most breathtaking landscapes on the planet, became Templar's playground and office. He took on the role of a river guide, leading tourists on unforgettable safaris through the wild terrain, where Africa's most iconic and dangerous animals roam. This career was perfect for Templar, combining his love for wildlife with his eagerness to share the wonders of the African bush with others. However, while the Zambezi River is a paradise for nature lovers, it is also home to some of the most unpredictable and deadly creatures in the world. Among the most notorious of these is the hippo. Despite their seemingly docile appearance, hippos are considered one of Africa's most dangerous animals. In fact, they are responsible for more human fatalities in Africa than lions, leopards, or any other large predator. For river guides like Templar, who spent countless hours on the water, the danger of hippo encounters was always looming in the background. Paul's reputation as a skilled and knowledgeable guide grew quickly. His charismatic personality, along with his expertise in navigating the unpredictable waters of the Zambezi, made him a favorite among tourists. He was known for his ability to spot animals from great distances, and he always put safety first. But even the most experienced guides could never fully predict the behavior of the wild animals they shared the river with. As Paul continued leading safaris, he learned to respect the immense power of the wildlife around him. He understood that the animals were not villains. They were simply surviving in their natural environment. He spoke often of the importance of preserving these magnificent creatures, knowing that tourism played a key role in their conservation. However, as much as he respected the wildlife, he also knew the risks. Hippos in particular could be fiercely territorial, especially when humans unknowingly ventured too close to their domain. On the Zambezi River, encounters with these massive animals were not uncommon, and each guide knew that a close encounter with a hippo could quickly turn deadly. Paul Templar had faced his fair share of challenges on the river. From treacherous rapids to sudden shifts in weather, the life of a guide was always filled with unpredictable moments. But nothing could prepare him for the events of one fateful day in March 1996, when his life would change forever. On what seemed like a typical afternoon on the Zambezi, Paul set out for another safari, leading a group of tourists eager to witness Africa's incredible wildlife. The river was calm and the scenery stunning, but the tranquility of the day would soon be shattered by an unexpected and violent encounter that would alter the course of Paul's life in unimaginable ways. As the group paddled through the waters, they approached a section of the river where the presence of a massive hippo would turn this ordinary safari into a life-or-death struggle. On that fateful day in March 1996, Paul Templar set out on the Zambezi River with a group of tourists eager to witness the vibrant wildlife of Zimbabwe. The sun shone brightly, reflecting off the water's surface, creating a serene atmosphere that belied the danger lurking just beneath. As the group maneuvered through the winding river, laughter and excitement filled the air, and the enchanting beauty of the surrounding landscape seemed to promise a memorable experience. However, the tranquility of the day was about to be shattered. Paul, an experienced guide, was well aware of the potential threats posed by hippos, often referred to as the river's silent killers. These massive animals can weigh up to 4,000 pounds and are known for their territorial nature. Their seemingly gentle demeanor can quickly turn aggressive if they feel threatened, especially when their young are nearby. As they glided through a narrow section of the river, Paul noticed the telltale signs of a hippopod nearby. He had seen hippos countless times before, always approaching with caution, but on this day he felt a false sense of security. Underestimating the situation, he decided to lead the group a little closer to the bank for a better view. Little did he know this would be a decision that would haunt him forever. Suddenly, without warning, a colossal hippo emerged from the water, its massive jaws snapping open, revealing a formidable set of teeth. The group was caught off guard as the hippo charged their inflatable canoe with incredible speed and ferocity. In an instant, the serene atmosphere transformed into chaos. Paul instinctively shouted for everyone to brace themselves as the canoe capsized under the sheer force of the attack. As the boat flipped, he was thrown into the water, disoriented and struggling to regain his bearings. The powerful current pulled him downstream, but it was the hippo's predatory instinct that truly defined the moment. The hippo, now in a frenzy, lunged toward Paul, its massive jaws snapping perilously close. In a desperate fight for survival, Paul managed to evade the initial attack. But the hippo was relentless. It turned and targeted him again, its immense size and power sending waves of panic coursing through his body. In the frantic struggle, Paul fought against the current and the sheer terror of facing one of Africa's most dangerous animals. He recalled his training, focusing on keeping calm, and using the river's current to his advantage. Despite his efforts, the hippo's jaws clamped down on Paul's leg, dragging him underwater in a brutal grip. The pain was excruciating, and he felt the life being squeezed out of him as the hippo held him beneath the surface. In that moment, Paul faced the terrifying reality that he might not survive this encounter. However, his will to live surged as he fought back with everything he had. In a stroke of luck, the hippo lost its grip and released him, propelling Paul to the surface, gasping for air. Emerging from the water, Paul quickly assessed his injuries. Blood poured from his leg, where the hippo's teeth had torn through flesh, but he knew he had to keep moving. His instincts kicked in, and he swam with all his might toward the nearest riverbank. Adrenaline coursed through his veins, propelling him to escape the water, where the hippo could easily attack again. Once ashore, Paul collapsed on the bank, the severity of his injuries becoming evident as he struggled to stay conscious. His group of tourists, though shaken and traumatized, managed to help one another to safety while they rushed to call for help. The quick response of local rescue teams and fellow guides was critical in ensuring that Paul received immediate medical attention. The attack had left Paul with life-threatening injuries, including deep lacerations and significant blood loss. As he was rushed to the nearest hospital, he fought against the shock and pain, determined to survive this terrifying encounter. The physical wounds would heal, but the psychological scars would linger far longer. Wow, what an incredible journey we've taken together today. Thank you so much for joining us on this wild adventure with Paul Templar and his unforgettable encounter with a hippo. Remember, the world of wildlife is filled with both beauty and danger, and it's our job to respect and learn from these magnificent creatures. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. It really helps us bring you more savage tales from the animal kingdom. And make sure to leave a comment below. What did you think of Paul's story? Have you ever had a close encounter with wildlife? We love hearing from you. Don't forget to subscribe to Savage Tales, Animal Encounters for more amazing stories, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. Share this video with your friends and family who love animals as much as you do. Thanks for watching, and remember, whether it's the beauty of nature or the thrill of the unexpected, every encounter is a story waiting to be told. Stay curious, stay adventurous, and until next time, keep exploring the wild.